Okay, so hello everyone. Today I'm going to make a video on concavity production differential calculus. So let's start. Function g is graphed. Select all the intervals where g prime of x is greater than 0 and g prime prime of x is greater than. That means both are increasing. Okay, let me get this in Sketchpad. Okay, this thing, graph. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's see when g prime of x and g prime of x is greater than 0. Okay, one second. Okay, let's see now. This one g prime of x, we want to even these both are increasing. Okay, so let's see about this is a local minimum point. This is also a local minimum point. This is a local maximum point. These look like global minimum points, but it can take on minimum values later on. Okay, so first let's see when this is increasing, its slope is also decreasing. F prime of x is decreasing over this region and it decreasing till over here. It's decreasing till here, and then after it starts increasing again, and then it's increasing, then decreasing over this interval, then just again it is decreasing till here, then increasing, then it keeps on increasing till here. Okay, so we want to find when these both g prime prime of x, so we have to find a region between that we are in the positive y axis and we also are increasing over that interval. Till here we are increasing, and from here to here we are also increasing. Okay, so let's see our Khan Academy again. This one, let's see the options that we have. Select all the intervals between these. So we have an interval -1 to 0. So -1 to 0. What are we doing in that interval? We are decreasing because our slope is approaching 0. Let's see in this one, 0 to 1. We are from 0 start decreasing. Yes, from 0 to 1, we are from 0 to our slope is decreasing. And let's see this one, 3 to 4. 3 to 4. What are we doing? We are from this to we are increasing. Bounded. 3 to 4 is an answer. Okay, and 1 cannot answer because we are decreasing with that interval. -1 to 0, that means we are here, then we are approaching here. We are increasing over this interval and then we are approaching 0. So this is decreasing. From negative we are approaching 0, so this is increasing. Okay, this should be our answer. -1 0, and 0 to 1, or we are approaching from 0 to again. We are not changing. Let's check our answer. Correct. Function f is graphed. Select all the intervals where f prime of x is greater than 0, so its slope is increasing over that interval, and f prime prime of x also is less than 0, so we are have to be negative. Okay, let's get this into our scratch pad. Let's just get this pad. I'll solve this. Okay, let's get a scratch pad. Okay, here is it. Let's solve this then. We have to what to that f prime of x is greater than 0, or we are increasing, f prime of x is decreasing. Yes, let's see if academy f prime of x is greater than 0 and f prime of prime is less than 0. Okay. So f prime of x in this interval, let's see our options at the same time. -4 to -3, -4 to -4 to -3. Okay, so this one, -4 to -1. Okay, this region, and let's move -1 to 1, 3 to 4. -1 to 1 and 3 to 4. Okay, let's see in this. And other option was none above. Okay, let's see from -4 to 3. We are not negative, so we do not agree with this. So this should be wrong. But let's see this statement. Our slope is decreasing from this interval because we are approaching. Okay, let's see from -1 to 1. From negative we are approaching 0, so we are increasing over this interval, and we are also negative. This is our answer, -1 to 1. Correct. Let's see this one. From 1 we are approaching positive value, then, but we are not agreeing with this statement, so there's only one, -1 to 1, -1 to 1. Where is it? Let's check. Okay, we have to select one more. -4 to -3 we are decreasing. From 3 to 4 we are increase both. Okay, we just have to decrease. Function h is graph. Function h. Select all the intervals where h prime of x is less than 0 and h prime prime of x is less than 0. Both are negative. -4 to -3. First, we see the slope. We are decreasing over this interval, and we see that we are positive over here. Okay, so -4 to -3 is correct. -0.5 to 0. Well, we are 0. We are decreasing. So this is also one option. 2.5 to we are also decreasing. Also option. Correct. Function g is graphed. Select all the intervals where g prime of x is less than 0 and g prime prime of x is also less than 0. Okay, so first we see this interval, -4 to -3, -4 to -3. From here to here we are decreasing in the slope, are decreasing also. Okay, so this one, 1.5 to 2, 1.5 to 2 we are decreasing. 2 to 3 we are decreasing. Correct. Okay, let's Okay, let's do it. Function g is graphed below. Select all the intervals where g prime of x is less than 0 and g prime prime of x is also less than 0. Okay, both are decreasing. -4 to -3, we are increasing in the slope. Okay, this is not an option. And let's see between -3 to -1. -3 to -1, we are from positive to a zero value. We are decreasing over this interval. Our slope is getting decreased, not this one, 3 to negative. And 1 to 3, 1 to 3, we are decreasing and we come to 0, so we are increasing over this interval. 3 or -4, there was none of the case, so let's again. Okay, so this one now. Select all the intervals where f prime of x is less than 0 and f prime prime of x is greater than 0. F prime of x, so its slope is less than 0, it's negative. Let's see from -4 to -3. Its slope is increasing over this interval, so we are wrong. In this one, -4, -3 to -2. This one, our slope is from increasing to decreasing, so we are less than 0. 0 is greater than us. And f prime prime of x is greater than 0. So -3 2 is our option. 0 to 1, let's see this one. We are increasing over this interval. Okay, and f prime prime of x is also greater than 0. This is this, or there's not. Okay, let's do this one. Function f is graphed. Okay, let's do this problem. When h is graphed below, select all the intervals where h prime of x is greater than 0 and h prime prime of x is less than 0. So its slope is increasing over this interval. Let's see, -2 to -1. We are increasing over this interval and we are also down than 0. So this is our option. -1.5 to 0. -1.5 to 0. -1.5 to 0 from here to here. We are increasing over this interval and we are also down, so this is correct. And 1 to 3. 1 to 3 are just going unbounded down. So also not our option because we have to increase in the slope. So these two are the options. Correct. Next function g graph below. Select all the intervals where g prime of x is greater than 0 and g prime prime of x is less than 0. Okay, so our slope should be increasing and it should y-axis should be negative. Okay, so this region below this. Let's see, from -4 to 3 we are increasing over this interval and our prime prime of x here from positive to negative. Positive to negative, it should be negative to positive. We are decreasing then increasing. Yes, we are negative over this interval and That's what it needs. Let's see, from 0 to 1 we are increasing over this interval and we are decreasing. This one is also option. 4 to 4.5, here, here to here. We are increasing and we are also, not we are also decreasing. These are options. Correct. Function h is graphed below. Select all the intervals where h prime of x is increasing and h prime prime of x is negative. Select all the intervals for answers that apply. Negative 4.5 to negative 3. From here to here we are decreasing, okay, and our slope is increasing after the second derivative. This is not an option. Negative 4.5 to negative 3 have to be increasing. So let's see, from negative 3 to negative 1. From negative we are approaching 0, so we are increasing, and increasing, that means we are decreasing then increasing. So we are going here. Okay, let's see, from negative 1 to 1. From here to here we are increasing and we are also decreasing, increasing and decreasing. This is our option. Original. Okay, so this is the last one. Select all the intervals which where g prime of x is greater less than 0 and g prime prime of x is greater than 0. Okay, when is this possible? G prime of x is less than 0, so our slope is decreasing. Let's see, from negative 4 to negative 2 we are decreasing and our slope is increasing. Okay, so this is the option. Negative 1 to negative 1, here, from here to here. We are increasing in slope and we are also decreasing. Option. Let's see, from 3 to 4 we are decreasing. We are decreasing over this interval and we are also from decrease from in decreasing, so this will be decreasing